Hey guys, okay, so let's talk about Microsoft Excel. We are going to discuss the 2013 version because that's what we have, excuse me, on the labs here in the science building. So it really doesn't make a difference if you're using like 2010 or 2016 even. Okay, the ideas are the same. So this is just like a very basic introduction to Excel. So you're probably going to know a lot of this if you've already, used Excel. Okay, so when you first open up Excel, you see this. Okay, it's going to show you your recent workbooks over here. Everything in Excel is called a workbook. And it'll give you, of course, here you can have your blank workbook. It'll give you a tour of Excel if you want to do that. All different kinds of things it has here. What is this? PayPal invoicing, his and her weight loss tracker, monthly college budget. So whatever you want to pick is there. If you don't see something, then you're welcome to click in here and do a search for it and find it online. Okay, and look, remember I talked about the Gantt project in one of the lectures, I think for application software. There it is right there, a template already set up for you. Okay. So Excel is just this electronic spreadsheet program that can be used for storing, organizing, and manipulating data. You're like, well, I don't know what a spreadsheet is. If you've ever seen like a paper ledger, okay, like people used to do business with in the olden days, it's very similar to that. Okay. You have this grid here made up of columns and rows, all right? And basically what it does is it computes numbers. Advantages of Excel: the computer does the calculations for you. You don't have to do the calculations, okay? That's if you enter in your data correctly, okay? Allows you to use different variables, which provides flexibility. So no going back and erasing numbers, no re-entering numbers. And this will make more sense to you as we go along, okay? Uses for Excel: you can use it to manage your finances, so you can create like your own personal budget, track expenses, etc. Okay? If you are going into finance at all as your major, then I'm sure you are quite advanced in Excel. You guys do some amazing stuff with Excel in the business department. Okay, can also create sortable lists. And really, it's this huge part of Microsoft Office. It's a very sought after job skill. Okay, I remember during the spring semester, I was reading an email that the president of the university had sent out, and he was talking about a conference he had been at, and three things that had really struck him about that conference, and one of them was, again, that Excel is this huge thing to have on your resume. So after this class, you can put Excel on your resume. You may not be an expert, but you're going to know how to use it and at least, use it to do calculations, and you can create charts and stuff like that. So it's a very sought after job skill. You'll see it on a lot of job listings, okay? They want you to be proficient in Excel. So spreadsheet basics. Spreadsheets consist of columns, okay? Columns go up and down. Rows go left to right. And then the intersections of these columns and rows, which we call cells. Okay. In each cell, there may be the following types of data. So text, okay, labels, in other words, no numerical data. Number data, okay, 0 through 9. Your constants, and then formulas, so mathematical equations. All right, and I'm probably just going to switch over to Excel now so we can go through the tabs just like we did with Word, and you can see sort of what's inside each tab. But again, the basic idea here is the same. Okay, up here at the top you have your title bar. It's always going to be called Book 1 when you haven't saved it yet in Excel, because that's just what it calls it. Okay, these are workbooks according to Excel. And then, of course, at the top you have the ribbon. and you have your quick toolbar over here. And then current spreadsheet, which shows you which spreadsheet you're currently working in, because you don't just have to work in one at a time. You can have all kinds of spreadsheets open at once. Okay, so again, columns are vertical, rows are horizontal. Okay. Cells are the intersection of a row, and a column. Okay, this would be a cell. So each one of these little rectangles here is a cell. Every column is named by a letter, and then every single row has a number. And obviously it doesn't just go A to Z, it continues on and on and on. And it doesn't just go to 1 through 26. It goes, you can scroll down as much, put in as much information as you need in there. And then each cell is named by the column in the row. Okay, so this is important to remember because we'll be using this a lot when we do our assignments. Okay, so for example, we're going with this guy right here, highlighted in red. His name is C4 because he is in column C and row 4. All right. Title bar displays the name of the current document. New or blank documents are named Book 1. Minimize, maximize, and close. Quick toolbar. Save, undo, redo. So if you change something and you're like, oh no, I liked it better how it was, you can redo it. Print. Have your File tab right there. And this is what you get when you open up your File tab. So obviously these are from 2014, my recent workbooks, which are obviously not my most recent workbooks, but this is what you're going to see when you go to the File menu. Okay, so now I'd like to actually, let's see what's on here. Get out of here and go to Excel. So we'll come click down in here, type in Excel, even though we see it. Okay, Excel 2013 on my machine. Here I have my most recent workbooks, just like I showed you. Jessica Johnson, logged in here. This is my work account instead of my personal laptop. Blank workbook. Okay, so again, you can see up here, there's Book 1, Excel, and here who is the person logged in. File tab, we click on it, and this is what we see. So again, it's going to show you most recent workbooks here. If you have any unsaved workbooks, it's going to pop this little guy up down here. Okay, different sites, OneDrive. What do I have on my computer? You could add a place. So maybe you use Office 365 SharePoint. You can do that there, or OneDrive. Okay. Save is here. Where do you want to save that document? Or sorry, not document, workbook. Like I always do. Recommend if you have a folder on your desktop for our class, save your stuff there all in one place. Print is here. Share, different ways to share your document. Export, you could create a PDF, change the file type. Okay, this gives you the info about your document, so you can protect your workbook. Okay, encrypt it with a password, restrict access. This is going to tell you if there's different versions of your file. Browser view options. Okay, pick what users can see this. Workbook when it's viewed on the web. Properties. So since I just opened this, we haven't saved it yet. It has no title, no tag, no category. It tells me that I just created it today at 2:39. Last printed it today at 2:40. I didn't actually print, so I guess just clicking on the print button is going to take you to that. And then I'm the author. Okay, so just the usual kind of stuff you're going to find here. So let's go back. Home tab. Here's the ribbon. Same deal like with your Home tab on Microsoft Word. Okay, you have your dialog box launchers here. Okay, this one is just for the clipboard, so if you had any items on your clipboard, it would display them here for you. Okay, if you want to come in and format your cells here, this is going to give you font, underline, strike through, superscript, subscript, which you might be using this stuff when you're doing this kind of work. Okay, it'll give you a preview of what it's going to look like, the size. Okay, do you want a border? Do you want to fill in the background color? You don't have to just have a white background. Okay. Do you want to protect it? Okay. What kind of information is in the cell? Okay. You'll see this is going to be in multiple locations, but it's nice to know. You can just click on the dialog box launcher here of the little font group. Okay, and depending on what information you're using, you might want to change it. Maybe I'm using Excel as my grades book. Okay, so I need to come in here and put on there that I'm using percentages, and so it'll show you percentage, and then you can decide how many decimal points you want it to. Maybe you want it to like 7 because you're crazy like that. Maybe you just want it to 2. Maybe you're doing fractions. Okay, gives you all kinds of options. A lot of times we'll be using currency. Okay, so it's going to again give you the decimal places option. What symbol do you want in front of it? How do you want negative numbers to look? It's going to show you your different options there. And you'll see here, obviously Excel is not just made for the United States where we use the dollar. You can use it in all different places of the world. Or, okay, pounds, all different kinds of things. So, cancel that. That's a very great dialog box. Don't forget format cells right here. Alignment, wrap text, wrapping text. If you do that, it's gonna. This is why I like to just show you this in Excel so you can see what I'm talking about. If you have an extra long label and it's going out like way past where your data goes, maybe you're just using like 4 numbers when a decimal point or something. Okay. Typing out this big giant label of what that column is could look weird. So if you want to wrap your text, come back. What it does is it wraps it into multiple lines so that you can see all of it and so that it just looks better. Okay. And then all this stuff, if you want more information, you just click on Tell Me More. Okay, this little question mark, and it will merge and center. This is if you want to merge cells together. Sometimes you do. You want to combine and center the contents of selected cells into a new, larger cell. Okay, it's a really nice way to label stuff that spans multiple columns. Okay, so let me give you an example here. Okay, so excuse me, I need to delete some stuff. All right, so as far as merging, okay, let's just do Jessica. Sorry, you can tell I don't ever go by Jessica. Jessica's Excel workbook. Okay, so you could see that despite the fact that this is only in this first cell, A1, it spreads out here. All right, maybe I'm like, okay, that's fine. I would like to merge all these cells together. Okay, you right click, come down to Format Cells, Alignment, click on Merge Cells, and let's see what it tells us. All right, it worked. So now all of this is in one cell, and so any information I put, la da da, la di da, di da, okay, all goes under this one heading here. And sometimes, you know, maybe you want to center it. Merge and center. Okay, so it just unmerged it for me. But anyway, so you can see, you just got to mess around with it a lot of the time, right? So let's quit doing that. Back, back, back. Okay. And so let's see, I only have 1 minute left on this recording, and so this is probably going to take us another 15 minutes definitely to go through. Okay. And then again, remember I was showing you like where you can format the cells depending on what type of like numbers you're using. Okay, you can just come over here, click on this, and then it gives you another way of changing the information that's in your cell. So if you have a bunch of numbers here, say it's a bunch of dollar amounts, but it has them formatted weird, and you're like, I want to format all of this information into currency, and you would just click on it. And now any information in these cells, the ones I just highlighted, would come out as currency. And then just for information, this dotted line indicates a page break. Okay, so you'll want to be aware of that sometimes when you're creating these spreadsheets and when you're printing, because it'll print like this, and then it'll print this, and then it'll print this, and so it doesn't look right. Okay, you probably always want to print like horizontal or landscape, right? Okay, and so we'll continue with the Home tab when we do the next video. Thanks. Bye.